Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host and Clint Eastwood of Etude, Ken Levine. I'm a singer and vocal coach here on YouTube, and today we are looking at System of a Down aerials. But before we do that, I'd just like to remind you all to please remember to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and so you don't miss out on any of the great stuff that we produce here every week on the channel. And hey, if you're new, I subscribe down below, and I will do my very best to respond to as many people as I possibly can. All right, so yes, back by popular demand, A System of a Down. This one was suggested to me by my spirit guide in the realm of System of the Down, Kevin. Said, hey, why don't you slow it down a little bit? If you're going to do another one, maybe choose aerials. And so I'm like, okay, let's do that because why not? 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. It is not working. There we go. I didn't have the settings right. Okay, now it is. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. A circus tent in the middle of a desolate wasteland on Tatooine. Great googly moogly, what is going on with that kid's eyes? It's interesting. Reminds me of that scene in Star Trek, the reboot, the first reboot Star Trek movie with Chris Pine, and Kirk's about to be born, and his mom is, I guess the nurse or the doctor who's delivering him has got this really interesting set of eyes, obviously some kind of alien.
Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all.
Yeah. So one thing that I've really noticed when Serge is singing in this way, he has such a unique characteristic to his voice. Very, very forward placement. We often talk about phonation and some of the different tricks that people will, or tools that they will bring to their performance, adding grit and color and adding different subharmonics and doing a variety of overtones. With this, in this voice, I feel it forward when he's singing that line and he goes up. Da-na-na-na-na. I don't know this song. So good. I hope that's not too loud. I'm looking at the meter and it might be pretty loud. You can feel that sort of forward, almost nasal placement. It's what we often describe in opera terms. It'd be like putting that sound into the mask, putting it forward. It's really, really forward placement. Concentrating all of that vocal energy as opposed to sort of back in the back of the throat. And you can hear the difference when people switch between the two. That sort of throaty back in the throat placement as opposed to bringing that sound and brightening it up and getting that full tone right in the forward, like almost behind your teeth in your hard palate. It's really amazing when a singer does that, and when you're in the same room with that singer when they're doing it, they can really plaster you up against the wall. It's amazing.
Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. And we are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
was just trying to put two together. Aerials in the sky. It looked like what was happening behind the band here. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So there's circus performers. Is that what that is? I'm not really understanding all of the imagery here. There's a lot flying at me at the same time.
In the sky, when you lose small mind, you free your life. Life is a waterfall. We drink from the river, then we turn around and put up our walls. Swimming through the void, we hear the word. We lose ourselves, but we find it all. 'Cause we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. We are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose.
Okay, so noted the other vocalist from the previous System of the Down reaction that I did was doing a lot of the sort of screamy bits. It was for BYOB, and I was kind of blown away by the sheer power and aggressiveness of that, and I was surprised and shocked at the same time. Now I'm listening to the other vocalists take the high harmony to Serge, and they're already, they're in that the zone, the proximal zone of the passaggio, and that sort of difficult area of the most tenor voices or baritone voices, and it's sounding really good, matching step for step what Serge is doing. Obviously very talented as well. Sometimes the simplest effects are the most effective. Wasn't expecting that. So up high, when you free your eyes, eternal prize. I can't get over the visuals here of this. I don't know why is this kid walking around in overalls and looking like they're from the 1930s? There's such a complex juxtaposition of images here. I like how he's surrounded by all these gals, it's sort of all the vision of success, and they're all drinking milk. It's like, that's what we drink when we're sitting around talking to the bigwigs. We all have a nice, cool glass of milk. You know what? So a lot of times I'm reacting to songs that I have never heard before, and so I want to just sort of keep it fresh. But I have heard that song before. That one was played like a gajillion times on, radio that I'm sure all over the world. And yeah, I have that's sounds familiar to me. I've never really experienced it though. It's sort of like sometimes when you have the radio on, maybe on the job site or what have you. I used to work in construction, and so music was always playing somewhere on the job site, and it would just sort of wash over you without really paying too much attention to it. So yes, I do recognize this song. This is obviously tremendously popular, and System of a Down has a huge following. Understandably why, because there's so much more going on there when you scratch the surface. It's just such a rich tapestry, and this video is I suppose a fine example of that. So much going on. I think the same is true, can be true of Serge's voice. Feel like I'm just kind of scratching the surface of it. Okay, so I mentioned that forward placement, and that is one of the many tools that you learn to harness when you have taken some formal training and, of course, some formal coaching. It takes a long time to gather in all of that information and actually synthesize it into making it your own sound. And that's why it's really good if you are studying or planning to study music more seriously, to find yourself a competent music coach. Best way to learn is one-on-one in the same room. That's not always possible in today's day and age. Times being what they are, you can always reach out to a vocal coach if you are one of those people that wants to improve their voice or wants to learn more about their instrument. You can reach out to one of the vocal coaches that are offering things on YouTube. There's many of us out here. You don't have to work with me, but if you would like to work with me, I can leave my links down below in the description. And yes, please remember to hit that subscribe button as well, so you don't miss out on any of the great stuff that we look at and produce here on the channel every week. And also leave your comments down below. I have learned a lot by reading the comments from the previous System of a Down video that I reviewed just last week, or a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure when this one will air. And it's incredible the depth and breadth of information and knowledge that you guys and gals are willing to contribute. So I really thank you for that. So please keep it up. Let me know your thoughts. So with all of that said, thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video, and we will see you next time.